Hello, welcome to Brian and Andrea's Travels. You could call it that because our trip to Scotland from October 13th to 24th, 2001 was inspired by the BBC's Oliver's Travels, a humorous and romantic mystery that culminates in the Orkney Islands, which lie off the north coast of Scotland. You might hear the occasional quote from that show. Part 1 follows us from living room to airport, then shows a ferry ride near our arrival city of Glasgow to our first night in Dunoon. On to Loch Lomond and the scenic Glen Coe before we reach our first Oliver's travel site, Kirkleven, the ancestral home of the 13th Baron of Kite, or as it's known to the rest of the world, Eilean Donnan Castle at Dorney. From Castle to another famous loch to northernmost Scotland for a ferry to the Orkneys, Episode 1 of our travels. Okay, time to go.
Hey, wait for me! Oh, you take the high road and I'll take the low road, and I'll be in Scotland afore ye. For me and my true love will never meet again on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond.
This is such a big view, we can't afford not to pan this whole thing. Standing on a platform that holds a dial that shows about 60 or 70 points off of this, that of all the vistas. It's getting a little cooler now too, by golly. Deutsch Hotel.
It's a well-known phrase or saying that an Englishman's homely little spot is his castle. But could this one also be the center of a major criminal conspiracy?
Or the ramparts we'll watch. The Vikings coming down the loch. Inside the courtyard. That's right. Stop licking when I shoot. Here we are at Loch Ness, looking for Nessie. And what is that? What do we see there? What do we see?
Oh, look out!
Look out! Breeze blowing in. Yeah. Now we found the monster. Hello.
Thank you. Nice morning.
Yes, thank you. A little bit darky in here.
Yeah.
Is that a small one now? Sorry.
Which are designed for your safety and welfare. You will see passenger emergency instruction notices in various parts of the vessel. Please read these carefully. They contain important...
All alleyways and public areas must be kept clear of luggage. It is not possible to gain access to the vehicle decks during the crossing. Parents and the leaders of children's groups are responsible for the children at all times. No dogs other than guide dogs are allowed in accommodation. Kennels are situated on deck 7.
And on through the downhill to Speedbridge, Wollongong, Weaver Radio Shop, Coffee Shop, Massive Gift Shop, Clan Key Rings, Mini Christmas Shop.
Look, the old man of Hoy. Amazingly, he used to have 2 legs, but one of them disappeared. It was early in the 19th century. Nobody saw it go. Here today, gone tomorrow. Just like life, so some people tell me.
A 2-hour ferry ride from Scrabster landed us in Stromness on the so-called mainland, largest of the nearly 70 Orkney Islands. We were to spend all of our visit on the mainland apart from a trip across the man-made causeway of the Churchill Barriers to the islands of Burray and South Ronaldsay. Homage was paid to the Oliver's Travel sites of St. Magnus Cathedral, the Italian Chapel, and the Ring of Brodgar, and you will even see the nighttime blinking of the buoy marking the Royal Oak. There were other wonders, both ancient and modern, from the 5,000-year-old Neolithic village of Skara Brae and tomb of Maes Howe, which predate the Great Pyramids and Stonehenge, to our favorite PDT room, which we willingly confess to having visited every day. You'll also meet an off-duty school crossing guard, who gave us a private tour of the old blacksmith shop, or as the locals in St. Margaret's Hope call it, the Smitty Museum. We think our museum guide introduced himself as Tumaldson, a name which reflects the strong Viking influence felt throughout the Orkneys. The Norsemen left many marks, including 12th century graffiti in the form of runes on walls erected 3,000 years even before their arrival. Here's episode 2 of our travels. Oh, what's this ahead of us here? Could be a cathedral. Let's go find out. It does look like a cathedral. Yes. And that might be the front, right there. Let's go take a look. We were on our way to the cathedral, but we saw this window here with all this wonderful stuff in it. I guess we'll have to come here when we come back. Yeah. Look at this. Well, if the play is the thing, this is where Magnus was killed by his brother's cook. Yes, indeed. And over here is a tower, a thing. Isn't this nice?
Cheers. Well, we just finished visiting St. Magnus Cathedral and thought we'd better stop and pick up a few necessities for
Yeah.
our room.
We selected two locally named Scotch whiskies to try out. They came in a 2-pack. And so we're going to try a little bit of each one and see what we've got here.
This one's called Old Orkney, the Island's Peaty Dram.
And this one is Scapa. It's a single malt, 12 years old. So, one dram there.
I'll dram over here. The girl's got a dram.
Now we each
I
try.
think the version of cheers would be Skolze.
Skolse. Okay.
Okay, that burns. Is that one a little smoother?
Yeah, this one's a little rounder. That's a little brighter.
This one's pretty bright.
Just like the color might indicate.
Well, that's why we're going to add some water.
That's right.
Tell me when.
Good.
Enough? Okay.
It's not as strong as that one we tasted the other day because it had more alcohol in
I get it. Well, let's try these again.
it. Okay.
Skolse.
Skolse.
Now I'm drinking Old Orkney.
Back to Scapa.
Well, I'm sort of an Old Orkney fan. It's smoother and easier to swallow. I think it's time I opened my fresh oat cakes, a specialty of Orkney also.
Yeah. And I'll have these
Crisps. Potato crisps.
potato crisps. They couldn't be chips because that's something else. Yes. Like Pringle.
Is it? Nice and plain, not sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Want to try it?
Mm-hmm.
Nice and oaty.
It's very oaty.
Probably good with the whiskey.
It's good.
Well, this would keep you cold, keep you warm
That's right.
on a cold evening.
And now we toast to you.
To you.
On our way to the Ring of Rodgar, we're stopping at the Stennis Circle. It's on that way. This is the way it looked before. We have a nice display here. Oh, that's just the record light.
Shellfish will soften with fresh water, so they use that bed for food, also for bed for fishing. Lots of people think they're going to put drinking water in there, but they don't think that's the storm would have taken the houses away before it was ready in 1850 there. If you saw the landscape monitor in the exhibition hall, you would have seen how the land was much further away and there was a freshwater lake in here. Stone there. Do you see it? Can you spot it? Yes. Can you see it now? Just take a minute to get your eye in the right bit. But it's no written language at Scarabray. The house over there is thought to be the workshop. It's separate from the village and it's not got beds in it. Or it could have been their brewery, one of the two. Maybe both.
Snail shells. Wow. Nice. Look at that. Huh. They're everywhere. It's just solid snail shells. Gosh. You can't see very far, that's the
No, you cannot see very far. Yes, a lot of way.
What's this museum called?
It's called the Smithy Museum. It's a blacksmith or something. It's for marking cat wheels.
Oh,
That's what that's for.
interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
About that, we built a little cabin by hand using only hand tools.
I see.
No electricity.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Gee whiz.
Turnips are too small, our
Oh,
pumpkins
yes,
are what we use
yes,
for
yes, yes,
jack-o'-lanterns. Oh, that's
yes,
great.
yes, that's right. Yeah, yeah, that's the weight on the end, you see.
There it is.
That's the weight, that's on the end.
Oh,
Yeah,
counterbalance.
yeah, that's right, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
And then you got your fire going
And
over
that's
there.
the fire, going. And there's the yellow skin.
Oh. You can almost feel it.
You can almost feel it there, yeah.
Almost. What is this?
Oh, I don't know what that's been. That must have been, I don't know what that's come place. God knows. I need to dump the thing on the table. You ask me what it is. I don't know what's going on. No idea.
The fire's going now.
Oh, look at the
All right. I could do it.
He was the last blacksmith. That's the fire can there. That day.
Right here?
Yeah, he worked here, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice little building.
Yeah. Yes.
Oiling equipment.
Yeah. Oh, well, there's pieces missing and you can't get pieces for it. I think it's on the mantle. I don't think you can get a mantle, and you cannot get the kind of oil to. It's not paraffin. It's I don't remember what it is. It's you cannot. There's some oil that you cannot get to light it. You cannot get it anymore. It's just.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Great.
It was young lasses. It was in here before, but they didn't get in here. Okay, and all the ribbons and everything. And when you see a horse down to the show,
Right.
this is they got a lot of ribbons on them there and everything. Okay.
Is it competition?
Well, no, it's like over there. It's just it's not really a competition. The third week in August. And this is the boys all blue on here with that blue, you see. Yeah, in the sand again.
In the 50s.
Yeah, this is in the 50s, like an but I mean, they still do it in the, again. This is boys here again.
Yeah. And is it girls who...
It's usually lasses that are the horses again. Again. This is the collar again, and that's all the blowers, and this is the mane, the horse's mane again.
Yeah.
Yeah. It brings in a lot of people.
Well weathered, isn't it?
Yes.
It is. Extremely. Yeah, this is Barley. He's a Mauser, but he's off duty right now. Yeah, sweetie, aren't you?
Canadian kitty? Go ahead. How you doing? Your hair's a little like Marlon's was yesterday. Sweet. What is it, sweet? No. I'm a movie star now. You're a big star.
We want to track down a bit, do you want? Can you see where they are all right?
I think I've got it.
I think you've got it, right?
We're having a good time.
Good.
There's a sheep at the gate, a wild sheep.
They get very tame, those sheep.
Here's the door stone. Get it?
it's recess.
They see so many people, they get very, very trained.
Well, hello, sheep. Hello, little sheep.
I know this year's lambs, those ones.
Oh, yes. Hello. It's so funny to see them up on the mound.
Yeah, they're not here all the time. They put them in here just to graze the grass down. And who? You'll get your photograph taken.
Here I am standing.
That's right.
You'll see the. Can you see that dark? So do you see it in front of the farm buildings? Speeding along, going away. I'll tell you when it goes past. It's turning the corner of the road now, past that house. It's coming on. And it's going to go past the stone, past that, where that big blob is. Do you see? Now there's a car coming along with lights on. It's going to go past the stone. That's dead in line with this passenger. That was the other line with the stone.
That looks great. Thank you. Wow. Gosh.
Wow.
Okay. Boy. Look at this. Gotta move that. Good comes. Good?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's the toffee one, I think.
Toffee? Very creamy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Boy.
Orkney ice cream. said a reluctant goodbye to the Orkneys and the Oliver's Travels part of our journey, taking the ferry back to Scrabster, then heading south and a bit east. The Cairngorm Mountains are a popular winter and summer recreation area, and we spent a couple of days in and around the resort town of Aviemore. At last, facing the inevitable, we continued south to the Edinburgh airport and the conclusion of Brian and Andrea's travels.
Call this sequence Picnic Dinner in Aviemore.
That's right.
We're starting with our pickled onion flavored crisps. And washing it down
With Tesco's Best Bitter. Very reminiscent of Old Milwaukee, something like that.
Cheers. Now it's time for the soup course. Beef and tomato flavor quick snack. We may be in the land of the Campbells, but for us it's Tesco all the way. And now for the main course.
Lox, cream cheese, and Indian bagels. And fine.
It says this cello was handmade on a farm in Perthshire and played at local functions. This sampler is signed by Sarah Gathercole, aged 12, and dated 1796. This is a horse collar made from bent seagrass.
horse brass display. Hi, Pete.
They have to feel like you're in Scotland. So it's just interesting because I think many of us are familiar with the word tinker and we sort of have a general concept, but I didn't know exactly what a tinker was.
Okay, we'll start then. Tinkers, they're always found in Scotland. They were always in the west coast of Scotland, up and down from Fort William to Inverness was a prevalent area for them round the banks of Loch Ness. Tinkers, the name comes from tinsmith, and that was handed down through the generations, the craft of making all the items we see, the tin cans, kettles, using mending and repairing tools, and all these tools were used by the crofting families in the black houses. Also the skill of basket weaving, chiefly made out of heather stems and willow trees. On the cart here we see the lanterns and the pots and the pans. The tinker people didn't like to live in buildings. They always travelled around horse and cart, quite often living under tarpaulins, animal skins in the early generations, and later on they moved to tents. They would arrive at a crofting family's house, spend a little time there if they thought maybe a lady of the house could teach their children a new craft, housework craft, cooking craft. And they were also known as the local newspaper. As they travelled around, they gathered information from one area to another area. They would pass on information, and they would also take messages from one family to another crofting family.
So there were various names that were associated with the tinkers.
Various names. We have Townsend, Stewarts, McPhee's. That was common names for tinker families. Thank you very much.
Corn dollies, good luck symbols. This is the way in, I think. And this is the way out, I think. But I have no idea what this whole thing does. This is an acetylene-powered electric generator. Oh my gosh, all this stuff has to fit into these 3 little bags.
I'm sorry about that, but you've got your just hold it.
Hello. Yeah.
good on time. Go away for
This may be the airport Hilton, but still a nice view.
And that's the end of our travels.
Goodbye from Scotland.
It's forcing me. It's forcing me. Hiç yılların düşün, ilk yılların düşün, hiç yılların grup kahal, ardoğa kadar düşün, o hamur bir yaşanal, mayer bir yaşanal, metrelerin duzları bana sıkıyor, kanıhri erkine granyer. Tignere vore för fasas mer, tignere vore för fasas mer, tignere vore han kille på je boy, keeper den nois kan es fasing me, o hamudere vi er chanal, mayer vi er chanal, metrelen doser vana secure, como fri er gine gran.